Grand rising, blessings, blessings, blessings. If you guys can come on in and tap out the screen and share it out so others who may need to hear this message can get it. Blessings to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the gift, Queen. Blessings to you. I am trying to just pull this up on my computer real quick, all right, on my laptop, because I like to be able to glance up at the comments while I'm doing the live. And sometimes it's a little, okay, so we have blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift. Orion, blessings to you. Grand Rising, Nicole, blessings to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Grand Rising. So I'm on here to do a rising message for you guys, all right? So I hope you guys have had a blessed start to you guys rising. I do come on here to give you guys messages to help you along your journey, all right? It is a general message. So always take what resonates with you, okay? If you need anything personal, of course, you can reach out through the website to book a personal reading. And it's a shop link here. There's merchandise that'll help you along your journey, all right? I did introduce yesterday this lapis lazuli candle. And we do have a solar eclipse coming up. We have a couple, we have actually 2 eclipses coming up. So it's a good time to take a spiritual bath. And I got these for, meditation reason, okay? So these are good for that, for you to be able to tap in. So make sure that you check it out. Check out the description. And, think about purchasing you one, or a couple, all right? But, yeah, so we're going to get started with this message. I was meditating before I came on. And it took me a little while, okay? It took me a little while to come on today because I was called to these earrings. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I know, Nicole, you've been here for a while. But if you've been following me for a while, you would notice like how when I first came on, I was more, I would wear jewelry, I was more, with certain things that I would, my, the way I looked, okay? Lashes, hair, my appearance was a lot different, right? And throughout my journey, I had, pretty much, fell back and humbled. I humbled myself, okay? I humbled myself because it was choices that I made because I was making sacrifices for my family, okay? And something came to me today. Now, I looked at these earrings, so I don't even wear, like, my clothes. Like, I have red bottoms in my closet, everything. I don't wear anything. I don't go nowhere, okay? And I've been really, really called to my spiritual, and a lot of things that go on. I just look and I'm like, wow, so much that I used to do. But when you really fully embrace your spiritual transformation, there's a lot of things that you go through. Not saying you can enjoy life and, I won't ever get back to that point that I'm, out there and, enjoying myself. But, it's a certain place that you have to sit to really see, okay? When you're truly a generational curse breaker and you are stepping into your calling, then it's something for you to, sometimes you have to step back for you to really embrace what's going on, for you to be able to break those things, right? So I was, as I was coming on here, like I said, I was called to these earrings, and I was like, why I'm called to these earrings? They don't even match my glasses. Like, it's too much, but it's a reason. So I'm curious to see what come out in this reading. I know that may be a little bit too much information for you guys, but I'm curious to see what come out in this reading. And the reason why I said this because I wrote Virgo, the sun in the 5th house, and it talks about someone having doing things even in the most mundane circumstances, okay? Like you're a creator, you create, and you are, you do things to a bit of a perfection, okay? And when I'm not going to use this deck, but I am going to pull this card. This card had, when I opened this deck up, when I was shuffling from clearing up from my reading from yesterday, this card says the universal midwife birth. It says I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Okay, now if you look, everything always connect. If you look on my descriptions in my bio, I let you guys know that I channel in for the lost souls and the chosen ones, right? And this stood out to me because, some of you guys could resonate with this, all right? It says, I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. So it's something, whether when you're on assignment and you are, being obedient to the task at hand, it's a lot of things that you're connecting to. Some things you may not truly understand at the moment, but I was talking about, really looking at the bigger picture, taking a step back and seeing how far you came, what you have overcame, and the path that you're on to get to whatever that desired place is, okay? But it's all aligned, it's all synchronized, whether we realize it or not. The ebbs and flows, the pain, the trauma, the good times, everything always come together. It's for a reason. And the reason why I say that is because, sometimes we make a sacrifice and we don't really understand, like, why things are going, the way they are going in our journey in our life, right? But you're setting up other things. So it's like you're on assignment. So when you have an interaction with this individual, you're planting seeds, okay? You're planting seeds, and the seeds that you're planting are for you to birth sacred assignments. So that means that the people that you are assigned to, however it goes, you're planting a seed that is, for them, for their growth in some type of way, okay? And we even been seeing catalysts, okay? Someone being a catalyst to others' growth. Now, some people will get a little, further ahead. Like, sometimes, I'm going to say this, a lot of times when we do things and you're doing it out of the pureness of your heart, you will, you a lot of times you won't get credit, okay? I'm going to say that. You won't get credit, but it's divine, okay? So long as it's divine, you're going to be blessed, okay? Anyway, you're going to be protected, you're going to be safe, everything you need is going to be provided for, it's always going to come together for you. Now, I was called to use my decks today. And the reason why I was called to use my decks today is because when when me and my children was displaced, and you guys may know this story, I, was in a hotel for quite some time. All right. I did not even want to come to my house. I never said anything about this story. Maybe one day I will, I'm thinking about writing a book, but, I was in there, and it was certain things that that I was connecting to, okay? And it was new for me. Now, I always been spiritual. I grew up in a Baptist church, all right? So, and I even had a talk with a pastor not that long ago. And, a lot of people was like demonetizing me, trying to make it seem like because I did tarot and I was doing spirituality and I chose to manifest and, do work to clear my bloodline and to break generational curses, that it was something that I wasn't supposed to do. But it's actually your birthright to do so, okay? And I was thinking about, as we was having this conversation, I said, I'm a high priest. And, it was the conversation, he was respectful about it. But I'm going to say this. When you think about, when I looked at my life particularly, and I want you to look at yours, but I thought about, like, when I was younger, I was baptized, right? Then when I got in my adult, and mind you, I had traumas around all of these things. So when I was younger, I was baptized. I had some things that went on inside the church that drew, that took me, back into what you call, what they say, the life, the wild, the streets, whatever. And when I was baptized, I was, like I said, that was one part of my journey, right? And then when, as I got older, I experienced something traumatic, and it brought me back to the church. Well, this particular, it wasn't a church; it was a non-denominational church, and inside of this particular church, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit today before we get into this reading, because I think it's meant. But inside of this particular community, right? I'm going to call it a community. We would, once you accept it, it's like you're living a faith-based life, okay? And once you accept living this faith-based life, you go inside, and we will go inside this room, and we would start speaking in tongues, right? So we start speaking in tongues, and it opened up, deeper spiritual enlightenment, spiritual understanding. So, a lot of times when I will pray, when you speak in tongues, anybody who knows this part about spirituality, because it's all spirituality, and I'm gonna get to that in a moment. When you start speaking in tongues, you're communicating with the Most High. You're communicating with God, okay? You are, the thing is that you're channeling, and you are getting information or sending information. It's like a code. It's coded, okay? So it's a lot of things it's like steps, right? So mind you, I went through that. I went through my baptism as a little girl. Then I went through that in my younger adult years, right? So then something happened to me again, traumatic. And I, start doing I wanted to do alignment, okay, Reiki alignment. And I started with that. So when I started doing that, I started engaging more and more into spirituality. Now, I was always intuitive. I always knew when something was not, when you are, a lot of these things make sense to you when you really, really reflect on your life, because these are things that's going to be automatic to you, even though you don't truly understand the full capacity, the full meaning of it, as of yet, or wherever you were or are in your journey. Well, doing that alignment and me connecting, I discovered that it was certain things from the past, because my Reiki master, she is very, very powerful, okay? And there were certain things that I was able to tap into, and then when I realized certain things about, when I started doing the research, it started becoming more, I started becoming more woke, which caused depression, a place of, when you go through humility, it's a lot of things, because you don't want to, you're fighting, what you're seeking and what's in front of you, okay, if that makes sense. But I start getting a deeper understanding. So I was very sensitive, and I still am very sensitive to a lot of energies. Okay, I was always really sensitive. I always, kind of like was, on my own. It was considered, slow, weird, or whatever, people would say. But it's deeper. So everybody has their purpose. Well, I'm gonna share this with you guys because I want to get into this reading. I made this particular deck when I was in that hotel, right? And when I started working again, I couldn't stand working. I couldn't stand being around the people because I can see through everything. Now I went from being baptized to, speaking in tongue, able to pray and really connect, okay, to source, and really and deliver, okay, and deliver. Like I would prayer warrior, okay, and then went to tapping into the deeper spiritual of Reiki, and realizing the the healing components, and the coming into complete alignment with myself. And not only that, tapping into my ancestry, which is really, really deep, right? So when I start doing that, I like I said, I got really sensitive to being at work and being around people, because I can see through that bullshit, to be honest. I can see through the spirits. I can see through, different things. So it was like I've been at spiritual warfare ever since I tapped in. Okay, it's like no other. Like when I say you have higher forces, that opposing forces that will try to, well, it's like their mission to literally to keep you sleep, okay, to keep you in a depression, to keep you not truly understanding who you are and your true powers. Like it's that deep, okay? And I'm gonna say it's really that deep. And I've been moving how I've been called to move for a particular reason, because I felt like that I was just left out in the cold. It was like everything around me was just like, it was just like what is going on, but and these would, I was getting like backstabbed by the people that I was really there for. It was just it's been a mess, but everything happened for a reason. So like I said, I was determined to get this deck finished, and I went through hell to get this deck finished, okay? And when I finally got the deck finished, it didn't, I remember, Nicole, you was my very first my very first sale, right? I remember. So then out of nowhere, it started selling without me, it just start selling itself. So then I had, last year, I had, went to, I worked at the Orioles Park Stadium for over like about 12, 13 years. And I'm gonna tell you how deep this is. The number to that stadium, the address, if you're from Baltimore, then you know what I'm saying, is 333. All right, I want you to look that up. So the number to that stadium, the address is 333. When I went there when I went back to work, it was like like they had got taken over by a different company. It was so spiritual, even my login number was spiritual, okay? It was like everything was letting me know that I was chosen, that I am chosen for something. And it got to the point where it got so hard, I was terminated for no reason, okay? They had terminated me for no reason last year, and then they wind up doing this thing where, well, I'm not gonna say it was it was a reason, but it was a bullshit reason. Let's say that, okay? So they wound up giving me some money, and then I went back to work. And when I went back, I was like, I shouldn't have. First of all, I shouldn't have never went back, because that was my calling to go head on with my my spiritual journey. But I went back because my daughter, it was her last year, and my daughter went to 5 different elementary schools. So when I moved here where I'm at now, I promised her that I was going to keep her stable, and I did. I honored that. My daughter's in college now, so I'm happy and proud of that. But anyway, during that time, I was getting scrutinized about a lot of different things. People would say, sometimes underneath my videos, they say they, call me the devil. They would say that I didn't know what I was talking about. I was confused because I was the way that I was being called to learn is that everything connects. So I would tap into, you would see me, tap into like Ganesha, different deities, right? I start being open to different cultures, different things, okay? And that's why I always say everything connects. So I remember one night being in my bed, and I just start pulling up and studying different things, okay? Now, when you think about, when you start tapping in and you know how deep spirituality is, then you would know the like how spiritual warfare, what is truly spiritual warfare, because a lot of us be war within ourselves, okay, in our cultures, but in our reality it be deeper than that. And not only do it be deeper than that, you be having different most of the war in the world is, you know, based off of like religion and power and stuff like that, right? So you have to really look deep, and you have to be woke enough to see what's truly going on. Well, you know, I had different experiences, and the different experiences that I had, I was able to tap into, connect with different deities. And one thing about tapping into, whether you are, whoever you are, you know, wherever you come from, if you're that deep, you will know, you will soon find out, or you will find out that everything connects, and everything is energy, and everything is respected and loved. But if you want war, if you want you know, things, you know, negative stuff, that's what it's going to come, okay? But mind you, you will always have spiritual warfare. But I'm just saying what you call out for, okay? When you think about different cultures and stuff like that. So everything connects. It's not, it's more so like non-denominational. So I was called to make this particular deck right here. And this Goddess Walk deck, it talks about like tapping in, and not just tapping in, connecting with the different elements, so that you can be able to see what you're connected to, how you know, what you need to focus on, the messages that you're receiving, okay? Because when you don't tap into just one thing. Well, some people do, okay? But my spiritual gifts, it's different, you know, it's different. Everybody's spiritual gifts are different, okay? Yours can be narrow, that you narrow it down to one thing. Mine was more of a broad, okay? It only took for me to sit inside of one of the young ladies' meditation classes, you know, for me to realize that I was clairsentient to clairvoyance, which scared the hell out of me, okay? And I want to say this. That's why I will always say, don't take spiritual baths, don't tap in until you're truly ready, because it scared the hell out of me, because I was the only one in there, and I was like, I mean, it was a group of maybe 20, 25 of us, and I was the only one in there that could hear stuff. And I was like, y'all hear that? They like, hear what? And she started laughing. But I was, you know, I'm like, okay. And that's when the journey really started, okay? And I was like, wait a minute. So I went through my phases, and I'm sharing this with y'all. I went through my phases of like eating a lot, okay? Eating, because one thing about fasting and praying, and when you're, you know, really deep, that you will be able to really connect, and you'll be able to talk, and you'll be able to hear things is real deep, okay? So that's why a lot of really real, truly spiritual people, you hear them talk about eating a certain way, eating at certain times, okay? Or just, you know, not truly eating, period, okay? Because they really, you know, that's how they tap into certain things. So, so anyway, I was called to, you know, to make this deck. And you know, like I said, I remember getting scrutinized, but this deck you know, it has some of the major arcanas in there, but it has a lot of the deities in there, okay? And the reason why I made this is because I was called to, okay? I was called to make this deck one night in the dark place when I got terminated from my job, and I was like, you have to, you know, it's something that you have to do. You have to, you know, do something, because you can see that you are being pushed, okay? I can remember somebody at my job telling me, yeah, you're going to be, you know, telling me that I was going to be this, that, and the third. And it was something, and a lot of people is not going to want to hear this, or, you know, but it's the truth. A lot of times when you are breaking free from the matrix, okay, and you can see what's going on, you will be like, it's like your head is on the line, okay? It is like your head is on the line, because you are supposed to be here to be enslaved and controlled, all right? And when you start, you know, saying, oh, well, this is not what I want, this is what I want to do, I want to live free, you know, I want to push out positivity and love. I know that I'm a nurse, I know that I'm a healer, because I've worked in the medical field. I know this is what I'm here to do, but I want to do it my way, because it's my birthright to do it, you know. It's that becomes the issue. So I was called to make this deck, and this deck is, you know, is different deities. So it's like, you know, we when we on the internet, we connect with people all over, and that's what I noticed. I would tap in, I would connect with people all over, and I would tap into different things and connect with people, you know, connect with different spirits. And this deck was like a guide to let me know who I'm dealing with, you know, what am I dealing with, and what do I need to know. Okay, as I'm building upon something. All right, as I'm working upon something. And you know, this is something that it was a couple of people that was following me, but they got discouraged because everybody don't be in it for the right reason. All right, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not being arrogant when I say this. I was okay. All right. I was okay. Like my trauma, my heart was broke from my circumstances, but I was okay. Now, if I was a person who just was just living, just, you know, for whatever, then, you know, this wouldn't have been something that I dedicated myself to. All right. I mean, it's more easier for me to, you know, live a certain way than for me to be truly engulfed and embedded into this, for me to make sure that my children, my children's children know exactly who they are, and, you know, get out of, you know, get out the, I want to say, the rat race. All right. But anyway, I was called to use this deck today. And, you know, blessings to everyone that's still in here, because I know I've been talking for a while, all right? So we're going to get this message started. But I wanted to say that to you guys because a lot of times when I'm called to do things, it's for a reason. And I know that I'm connected to others because, you know, the assignment is to birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Okay, so the assignments goes on. The work is always being done. Okay, so it's not about getting comfortable inside of whatever, you know, place that you are. Like when you ask for certain things and you get comfortable in that place. The real challenge is for you to keep pushing to make, to make the sacrifices to make things better for not just yourself, but things that are around you. Okay. And a lot of times it takes like great sacrifices, and you have to know when to, you know, push certain energies out and welcome certain energies in. And lately I have been called to really, you know, keep my my place very closed. Okay. Very, very closed, and deal with energies from afar, because I know, I know what I opened up. Okay, I know what I opened up, and I know what I've been attacked with throughout the process. Okay, so when you know what you're fighting, then you know how to move correctly. All right, and a lot of people are, not going to understand it, and it's not for them to understand. Okay, but you move how God telling you to move, how your ancestors are telling you to move, because once you move like that, it may not make sense at the moment, but it will make a difference in the future. Okay, so we're going to get started with this message. I'm going to start from this oracle deck, the Goddess Vault. We're going to get some the Divine Oracle deck out for you guys, and we're going to see. I just want to get a couple out. We're going to see. I noticed when I was talking that the Psychic came out, and it says clairvoyant, fortune teller, prophet, sensitive to supernatural forces and influences. Ain't that something? Okay, so we're going to get a couple of these out, and then we're going to get you guys a message. All right, so grand rising to everyone. Blessings. Welcome. My name is Alicia. I'm here to give you guys a message to help you along your journey. All right, always take these messages how it resonate. So it looks like that I'm speaking to someone that is yeah. And what is this? So it looks like who I'm speaking to, you're in the flow of something. And I've been talking about being in the flow. All right. The very first card was Psychic. The very next card that came out is Anunnaki. Okay. Anunnaki is a deity. It says this is the Nile River. Okay. So if you guys are, know about the Nile River, It says fertility, overflow the now, the flow of abundance, embrace the flow. Spirit is telling you to embrace the flow. And you are in the flow. You're receiving these messages. Someone here is a fortune teller, a fortune seer. Someone here is a prophet. And it's some things that you're sensitive to. And I'm gonna tell you, Bassett came out right up underneath. I mean, right after this. Bassett is the protection. Okay, it's a protection, fertility, childbirth, domesticity. It's a woman's secret. Women's secrets, the home. It's a face the storm and reclaim your power. All right. So it looked like that someone is in the flow of something. Somebody could be facing a storm to reclaim your power. Okay. Up underneath is this portal to ascension. It says you're going through a profound spiritual awakening, a natural process of evolution that involves shedding the old self and inner rebirth. Now, everything that I just talked about, you see how everything connects? Spirit is telling you right now, okay? And I'm going to say us in here because this mess, I was sharing a lot about us. Okay, I say us. Well, everything connect. I was sharing a lot. But I feel like that someone is a psychic, you're a fortune teller, you're a prophet, okay? Everything that you're doing, you're on an assignment where you are birthing, sacred assignments, okay? So the assignments are sacred. It's not, the ordinary, all right? And I feel like even through the most, difficult things, you're being called to face the storm and to move how you supposed to be moving, because you're shedding something that was familiar, that you're going into higher places. That's exactly what I'm seeing, okay? And I believe that I'm speaking to someone who knows this. You see this, okay? You're seeing the way. You're seeing the way, okay? Let's see. Spirit, what else do they need to know with this message right here? So we're going to get you a couple out here and we're going to see what comes out. All right. What is the message for them? Teamwork and abundance. You're connecting. Okay. Now this is you connecting with an actual team. Or you're going to be, this is your angels. I always say this with this card, okay? This is your angels and ancestors that are connecting you at this moment. But it's an overflow of blessings, all right? So it's like someone is pushing. You see how they got this log and they all pushing? Okay, someone is connecting, you're pushing, because there's an overflow of abundance that is coming into your life, okay? Whatever that abundance means, I always say that. Whatever that abundance means for you. Let's see, Spirit, what did he need to know? Thank you. Yep. Look how 3 of them came out. You see how this came out right here with the psychic higher level of consciousness, all right? So you have higher level of consciousness. You have soul family. You're in the flow. Whatever you're connecting to right now, you're being called to connect to. This says embrace, connect, and uplift. You're in the flow. Now, if you haven't received this, all right, I welcome you to join me here. But you can also, because I told you guys a long time ago, and I know people like, well, she just, she doing this, that, and the third. Everything I do is for a reason, okay? So I welcome you to join. I encourage you guys to join, okay? Because once you connect, you are pushing your energy out, and the energy will flow, all right? I haven't gone anywhere, right? All right. So, but it looked like that someone here is connecting, all right? You're connecting. It's either that you're being embraced or you are embracing something, but it's something that is connecting that, I keep on seeing the word overflow. So it's an overflow that's happening. And where this basket is, it says healing journey. You see this heart? This card says high vibrations equal abundant opportunities. It's something that's happening in your life that is healing, okay? It looked like it's some healing that's taking place as someone is moving forward towards a sacred assignment. Now, for some of you guys, this is your sacred assignment, all right? That someone is going to be moving in some type of way. Do I want this deck? I do want this deck. Spirit, what else? Yeah, look. Someone is recognizing something, or someone is going to be recognized for something. What do they need to know? And it's important for someone to protect their energy during this process. It's a secret. I'm seeing that Seven of Wands. Let's see. Spirit, what do they need to know? Yeah, you're being spiritually led. I've been saying it the whole time. Someone here is definitely being spiritually led. Okay, you're being spiritually led. Some of you guys could be seeing crows, birds, but you're being spiritually led. Okay, some of you guys could, like horses, but I'm just seeing someone, to move forward, to overcome something. Someone is overcoming something. Let's see what this is. And I see that third eye right there. So someone third eye, yeah, look, I said it. Someone is overcoming something. The Nine of Wands. Someone here is a warrior. Someone here is getting divine justice. Magician. In the flow of manifesting, rebirth, okay? What else? Too many. Too many. Five of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. And what's this at the bottom? And the Nine of Pentacles. It looks like that someone is, it's like someone is a healer, but it's like, I feel like that someone is in a bad place, all right? Needing some type of assistance. When I see the King of Swords, that's giving me assistance. That gives me Archangel Michael to be, But when I see this Four of Wands, it's like someone here is, it's something about being supported. All right? I feel like someone is being supported, and it's like something is going to be coming through for you. Because I seen some, I'm going to see what come out, but I seen some cards earlier. That was too many for me to take. What is this? And I said it. Something is coming through for you. The Knight of Cups. Heart chakra. Heart chakra healing. What else? What else do they need to know, Spirit? So I see Sagittarius energy out here, Virgo. Hermit. So it's something that you're able to foresee, something that you have discovered. For some of you guys, yeah, that's what I was about to say. For some of you guys, when this Magician came out, I seen the Seven of Pentacles and a Death card. Now, somebody probably don't want to hear this, but someone is seeing something about someone using, things in a wrong manner, okay? I want to say that. But, someone is manifesting to push through, okay? This is someone pushing through. The tens speak of like the ending, all right? The ending of a cycle, ending of something tough. Some of you guys, you could be seeing that. You could be seeing what I was talking about earlier, like some, opposing forces trying to make it harder for you, okay? Let's see. Spirit, what else? It's too many. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups right here. Masculine energy. What is this? The Nine of Swords. So you have Earth and Earth and water element. That's Taurus and Scorpio right there. What else? Let me get a couple more out here, then I'll look at this. So it looks like that it's something that's going on. That's too many. It looked like that it's something that's going on. I was about 1010 was about to be out here if I would have took all those cards, but it was too many. It looked like that somebody is facing a storm. Okay, it's something that you're connecting to. Someone here is connected to not only someone here is spiritually connected. Okay. Someone is definitely on a healing journey, but someone here is connecting to stability. Now, there's two masculines. This could be you as a masculine in both of these energies, or, you know, somebody here in masculine energy. But, you know, you guys, for some of you guys, expect something to come towards you. Yeah, expect something to come towards you. But I see that someone here is seeing something. Oh my goodness! For some of you guys, you're seeing you're getting a message about someone else. Okay, this is a message. Now, if you're this masculine energy, I'm letting you know that it's time for you to face the storm and to heal. Okay, to actually connect in some type of way. Because it say face the storm and reclaim your power. These two masculines came out together. For somebody could have went through something. All right, you see these two right here? You got the Five of Pentacles in between the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles right here with the... So someone could be dealing with something for us that... Let's see. Yeah, it's time for you. So, Star card out here, it's time for someone to heal. It's a healing that's taking place around something that could have been placed upon someone. Wow. Aquarius energy. What else? Yep, Nine of Swords. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot of masculine energy out here, and the Empress is right here. Okay, let me tell y'all something. It is something that's going on. When I'm looking at this message right here, excuse me. When I'm looking at this message right here, right, I'm seeing that it looked like that someone is in the flow of something, but it looked like that someone is pushing through. I feel like that is someone that can see, that is foreseeing something, that's really, really connected, okay? Now, you could be a feminine or a masculine. I want you to take this how it resonates. But I feel like right here in the middle, you have a Nunaki, it's a fertility, a overflow, denial, in the flow of abundance, embrace the flow. I feel like that as someone is embracing something, it's something right here in the middle. Ew. It's something that's right here in the middle that is you know, causing someone, you know, for things to be a little harder for someone, okay? Or you're experiencing some type of spiritual warfare as you're pushing through. You're being encouraged to still push through. When I see Bastard right here, it's giving me feminine energy, especially with this Empress at the bottom. Because the message, remember, the message that I picked up, it says, the universal midwife birth. It says, I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Okay? So somebody could have like 3 sons. I'm telling you, somebody could have 3 sons. Somebody could be connected to 3 different masculines or 3 masculine energies. All right. But it's something that one is, wow. Someone is pushing through real hard, okay? But with these, you have masculine. I mean, this almost giving me the emperor because we don't hit, well, we did see the king of swords, but I'm saying that as someone is pushing through or going through something, it's like something is healing around a heart center or sacral energy, okay? Creativity, even. All right. So it's like you're birthing something. You got the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. And then you have the Empress at the bottom with the Page of Wands up underneath. Okay. So this is someone that's literally birthing something. Okay. That you're creating something. The things that you connect to. The things that you connect to along your journey, this is definitely for someone that you are in the flow of. It is you are actually co-creating with the universe, however you look at it. Okay, it looked like that you are definitely co-creating with the universe, and someone here is definitely in the flow of taking their power back, in the flow of breaking generational curses. Okay, building upon something. And I've been saying that a lot because I'm seeing that someone is really really tapping in. Okay, and it's like somebody is assigned or was assigned to send certain individuals along their healing journey. It's heavy masculine right here. But right here at the bottom it says wisdom. It says through life experiences you become wiser and use it to help others. Wow. Okay. Spirit, what else do they need to know with this message? As soon as I split this deck, it says, here's my servant, whom I uphold, my chosen one, whom I delight. It say, I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. Isaiah 42, 1. Now, that is for someone right there, okay? Look, Crystal Child right here. I'm telling you, you guys, who I'm speaking to, your assignment is powerful. And she is holding a little boy. I want you to know that. Now, this could be, some of you guys could have a son that's in, in different energies. And it says birth, fertility, childbirth. Wow. All right, let's see. Spirit, what is this? Let me get a card or two for them with this message right here. Butterfly key is right here at the bottom. I'm telling you, someone here, you're chosen. Someone here is a psychic. You're a psychic. You're a prophet. I'm speaking to a prophet. Okay, I'm speaking to someone who is a prophet. It says the snap butterfly is at the bottom. It says the snap butterfly key in its unique form represents the chosen one's ability to unlock doors of healing and opportunity for others. Its delicate wings and broken from signify of the fragility, excuse me, and resilience inherent in their journey. Okay, and I said someone, you go through a lot, okay? It say, while it holds the power to open pathways to growth and enlightenment, the same key also serves as a reminder that the blessing of the chosen one must be honored, not taken for granted. Okay, it say just as it can unlock doors, if the gift it brings is disregarded or undervalued, those very doors can just as easily be closed, sealing away the potential for transformation. The chosen one's influence, therefore, extends beyond mere assistance. It is a sacred exchange that require recognition and respect to maintain the flow of hope and progress. It promises. Okay, I'm telling you, someone here is, you hold the key. Someone hold the key, and you are a healer. Let's see. Spirit, what else do they need to know? A healer, a warrior. You're birthing them. Let's see. Spirit, what else? Unwavering faith came right out, and it fell out right here, okay? Look, I can't make this up. All right, so unwavering faith. So someone is saying that they need to have unwavering faith. It's a believe in yourself even when the world doubts you. Your faith is the key to unlocking your true potential, okay? So that fell out right here. These two cards fell over. It says chosen one. I'm speaking to a chosen one. I'm saying it the whole time, all right? It says, God always look out for his chosen one. Everyone around you will be blessed and experience unconditional love and be covered under your divine protection because of you. Many have a purpose and a calling, but few are truly chosen. All right, I'm speaking to someone who is truly chosen, and not only are you chosen, you're a shaman. I knew they was going to tell me why I wore these earrings today. Now, listen. I'm speaking to someone who is a shaman. Okay, you are something that you are pushing out is creating great awakenings. Okay, for others to get on their sacred assignment and be on their divine mission. Wow. It looked like I'm speaking to an empress or goddess. No, I want you to take it how it resonate, all right? Switch it around, but take it how it resonate, because I don't want nobody to get all sensitive with this, but this is exactly what I'm saying, all right? This is exactly what I'm saying. But it says, a shaman is a priest or a priestess who uses magic for the purpose of curing the sick, divining the hidden, and controlling events. Shamans have the ability to heal the sick, to communicate with the other world, and often escort souls of the dead to the other world, okay? So it's something that you are picking up on and seeing. And look what's at the bottom. It's the crossroads. And the Empress is at the bottom of this deck with the Page of Wands, which talks about freedom, by the way, okay? Yeah. It's 2 pages up underneath it there, so... but yeah, the Empress talk. That's what's at the bottom. She got the wings on her right here. This is serious. But this card literally says, it says the symbolic. It say the crossing. The symbolic hand holding the bridge resonates with the chosen one's energy as it represents the weight of responsibility, sacrifice, and the essential role the chosen one plays in guiding and supporting others. Much like the hand that sustains the bridge's weight, the chosen one endures and connects realms of ideals. It's a often standing alone in their pivotal role of upholding the path for the greater good. I'm speaking to someone who makes great sacrifices, okay? To uphold you're someone that is, you know, it's like a support. Okay, this is your sacred, okay, mission, sacrifice. Someone is sacrificing to send others along their path. Wow. All right, this is your message for today. All right, so hopefully you guys was resonate with it. So hopefully you guys was able to follow through with it. I was doing a lot of channeling, but I do see that someone sees something and knows a lot. Okay, I'm gonna get you guys an angel number and closing for this message right here. But I did flip the deck to I am evolving. All right, 55 could be significant. You guys could be seeing 5, and look, there go them 3s right there. I am powerful. 333. Let's see what come out for you guys. In closing, Spirit, what is the angel number in closing for the collective today? 777. It says, I am in the flow. It says, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolded or being revealed to you is a part of your purpose, a state of peace and a calmness in your soul. I am in the flow. All right, so this message right here could be a confirmation of why, you know, of your life, okay, of your journey, or why things have been happening, or is happening in your life, to let you know who you are and where you stand. All right. And for you to continue to know that you hold something very delicate, and you have to keep on going down your journey. Okay. And I am supported came out number 44. It say your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path, and with diligence and determination, even greater success will come in the future. I am supported. You have a lot of support around you, okay? And at the bottom of the deck is 0. It's a new beginning, all right? It says it's like I say new beginning, but it's always new beginning. It's like things are endless for you. I want to say endless, okay? I feel like that someone is definitely in the flow, okay, of endless abundance opportunities, creating them, okay, things of that nature. I want you to take how it resonate. But I do feel like it is a start. This is a start. As you're realizing something, it's a start, okay? Spirit is telling you who you are and what your purpose is, all right? But it says, there is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. I am limitless. All right. So this is your message for today. So blessings to everyone who stood around, who listened to everything. Okay. I hope that you was able to get something out of this message. If you guys need anything, of course you can always reach out to me. All right. Don't forget to support the shop, subscribe. Check me out. I will be coming on here during the day, during the daytime. All right. And then I will upload the messages to the YouTube, so you guys will be able to go back and listen to them. And yeah, that's about it. All right. And of course I do the elements on Sundays. All right. So like I said, take this message how it resonate. I'm sending you guys so much love and light and blessings along your journey. You're so welcome. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Take care.